meaning don't gawk at things. Na'im, they say ghad, na'im. Nabatun ghad, when a plant is growing and it's soft. So keep a soft eye. In other words, don't like stare like that. Have a calm look anyway. Now, are women mentioned? No. So what is Allah talking about? Allah is not just talking about looking at women. He's talking about the way you look. The way you look at stuff. And hold back. One of the other meanings of ghad, they say wada'a wa naqada, to keep it low, to put something down, and to fall short of, meaning to not quite stare. The Prophet ﷺ's example of walking with purpose, walking straight, there are tourists who are like, yaghuddu. People of Iman, they have somewhere to go, they're just going there, because you don't know what you might look at. You know how our kids say, just looking? Just looking. A believer becomes more conscious of the fact that there's a lot of evil out there. There's a lot of bad things around us. So you're not just going to look around anywhere, you're just going to have a focused look. And lowering your glance isn't the same as this. Because you're going to run into people. It just means at an angle, at a certain angle, where you know where you're going, but you're not necessarily And so the ayat are about social settings, It's not wrong for you to find a girl beautiful, but it's wrong for you to keep staring. That's wrong. Put your eyes down. Just lower yours. Just, take it easy. And that's in the word ghadda also, there's take it, don't get too worked up. Don't get too worked up, This is yaghuddu min absarihim. They use, and now that's the other interesting thing. The Arabic expression actually is ghadda tarfahu. Ghadda tarfahu. He lowered his glance, or he turned his glance away, or he didn't quite stare, he didn't quite make direct contact. But Allah uses ghadda basarahu. And basar is different from taraf. Taraf is just a glance. Okay? And taraf also means side of something, meaning you just barely saw it. Basar is to have full view of something. Basar from basir, when Allah has full view, Wallahu bima ta'amaluna basir. Absar is the plural of basar. And the word basar is used when something is fully in view of you. You could see ahead of you totally. Allah is saying just fall short of the full view. You realize somebody's there, but you're not staring at them either. Okay? This is what the men are told to do. يَغُضُّ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. And then the very next thing that's tied to that is وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ, and they should guard their privates. In other words, they shouldn't commit the act of zina. They should guard their privates. What is the connection? The connection is if you can't control what you see, you won't be able to control what you do. They're directly tied to each other. I mean, there are psychology studies on this now that are up to wazoo. How images directly lead to behaviors. Especially sexually charged images of attraction. How they can lead to behaviors. And it's not a mystery to anybody who knows even basic psychology. وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ. They better watch it. Allah didn't say, watch your eyes, because after eyes, you're going to go make some small talk and accidentally bump into somebody. Watch your eyes, because you're going to go over and just say, Assalamu alaikum. Are you from Dallas? I think I know your brother. Oh yeah, we went to the same school. Yeah, I remember you. Nice talking to you. No. And then you just kind of see her on Facebook and send a message, hey, how's your brother? You don't really mean how's your brother. But you send it to her anyway, how's your brother? And she says, he's fine. And how are you? Allah's not going to spell all of that out for you. That's all you. There's a whole process, man, for a player. There's a whole process. First he finds the girl that he likes, then he kind of comes up with a whole scheme, and it's a long, drawn-out process. It's not immediate. Like you don't come up to her and, I think you are beautiful. No. There's an entire architectural scheme involved. And when you manufacture something, what's it called? No. The Arabic word for manufacturing something, putting something elaborate together. Look at the end of the ayah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ. Allah has full news of what you put together. There's a lot of sun'ah between يَغُضُّ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ and يَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ. There's a lot of planning and stuff. He didn't have to spell it out, but Allah says, just because I didn't tell it to you, doesn't mean I don't know it. I know it, playa. Allah just lets you know. It's amazing. This ayah is actually very telling. Because and in that entire process, there are steps that are allegedly innocent. You might think there's nothing wrong with those steps. It's just innocent communication. It's just a phone call. It's just a couple of text messages. It's just a voicemail. It's just a picture from a wedding. It's nothing. It's just lunch. Then it goes from it's just lunch to it's something more and it's something more and something more and it's, because they don't realize when they've gone too far. There's a lot of seemingly innocent steps that lead to some terrible things. And it all begins with not being able to guard your eyes. When you've made a change towards this deen and you decide to protect your iman, one of the first things that shaitan will destroy in you is your ability to guard your eyes. And he will not let that go. You will learn, you will seek knowledge, you will learn Arabic, you'll grow a beard, you're going to start giving khutbahs, guys, you're going to do MSA talks, and he'll still say, hey, come on, you can look now, it's okay. It's okay, homie, you got this. You're knowledgeable. It's for Islam. I'll tell you. He will not let that go, because he knows that's one thing he can get you with. And so Allah says to those who want to preserve their iman, يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ. That is purer for them. Oh, that is so much purer for them. Meaning Allah is now telling us that the path to tazkiyah begins with our eyes. The path to tazkiyah. How do I become a spiritually cleansed person? How do I experience more devotion in my prayer? How do I experience like a real experience in salat? How come I don't cry when I make dua? How come I'm spiritually dead or paralyzed? Why is that? Well, maybe the answer is in your eyes. Maybe it's what you allow yourself to see. See, when you eat something, there are physical consequences. Right? When you smell something, you can immediately smell if it's good or bad. When you see something, you don't feel the consequences inside of you. You just see it and you don't think there's any damage. This يَغُضُّ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, it's very telling about the kinds of things you will allow yourselves to watch. Not just even physically when you're walking down the mall, in the store, or when you're on campus, or when you're, in the elevator or wherever, but also what you're watching on your phones. What kind of movies you're watching? What are you allowing your eyes to be exposed to? It will directly affect your iman.